Okay, so this is what I did to solve my rodent smell in my LS430. So first of all, this is the cabin filter cover. You can get to this if you open your glove box. There's a little door, and then there's another door, and you'll be able to see your cabin filter up there and your blower motor. Mine had a mouse in it. So what I think happened was the mouse came in through this fresh air vent and dropped onto the filter, made its way under the filter, and then got stuck there. And then he ended up just nesting in the cabin filter area. So I pulled his nest out of the cabin filter and I found him dead in there, so I threw him out. I cleaned that and it still smelled. So I was like, oh shoot. So I took my borescope with the blower motor out and I put my borescope through this pathway right here. And this pathway here goes into the evaporator core. You'll be able to get your borescope through here. If you don't have a borescope, just probably take this off anyways, because he most likely was able to get in there, because this is connected. If he's able to get through the fins of the blower motor, he's able to get into here. So I found mouse residue in the evaporator core, so I pulled the glove box. Now you just pull this trim here, okay? That comes off by hand. Just pull. There's a couple little tabs or whatever, and then you got 8mm, 8mm, 8mm for the top of the glove box. Pull this thing, just clips onto the bottom of the glove box right here. Pull that out, okay? And then you got 410s, 2 on the bottom of the glove box and 2 when you open the glove box, you'll see them. So pull those 4 10mm bolts and those 3 8mm, then pull the whole glove box out, and you'll get access to this. And then there is a 10mm that goes up through here. There's a 10mm right there. You want to pull this recycle door actuator right there, so you can swing it out the way a little bit more. You got a 10mm up behind that harness right there. You'll be able to see it. Then you got another 10mm nut right here. But I think it's like 410s. I think that's it. And then this thing, pull right out. Before you pull it out, just note that there's, sorry, heater core lines are hot, but right there is a tab. You want to get a long screwdriver, pry that up a little bit so that this comes free. And as you're pulling out, you want to pull forward a little bit to get the stud or the motor off of the stud right there. But yeah, it should come out pretty easy. Didn't really fight me at all. And then I went ahead and disconnected these 3 and then pulled this harness right here up and out the way. And then I was able to take this blower motor assembly with the, box assembly with the 2 connectors here attached and the ECU. I swung the whole thing out into my center console vicinity. Yeah, then I was able to poke my head and just look straight in there and see what was going on. And sure enough, of course, I saw it with the borescope, but there was a nest, and I was able to get most of it with this long trim tool. You could use a plastic straw, I don't know, whatever you want to just get as much of the nest out as you can. And then I got the rest of it with a blowgun, because there's a lot wedged in the fins of the evaporator core as well, because my nest was pretty bad. But anyways, I threw everything back together, and I've been smelling very intently through the vents, and I don't really smell anymore. So I think I got most, if not all, of the stench out by doing that. And yeah, you can still see I threw out like his massive nest, but there's still little remnants of his nest in here, so I gotta vacuum it now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this helps. If you got a Lexus, the mouse smell, don't lose hope. You might be able to pull this off and get it to stop smelling. And then of course, maybe just ozone it real quick so you get the rest of the odor out of the car or vents or whatever's remaining. And if you're really determined, you can pull the dash and clean every single vent tube, but in my case, the smell seems to be gone, so call it a day. Thank you for watching.